Vegans make peace with honey. No shut up, do it. Vegans be like, I can't take the product of the bee's labor, and then eat child slave quinoa. Vegans will pretend not to hear when natives tell them their agave products are unsustainable, because they have whimsical feelings about, and I cannot stress this enough, the freedom of hive insects. Honey is literally murder, but go off. They literally puke their guts up to make your honey. I have not seen any evidence to suggest they are harmed or die in the process of production. They do regurgitate the nectar as part of the process to concentrate it into honey, an interesting process, but they do not suffer any injury during this process. If they did, the cost to produce honey, which is done naturally as a measure to survive over winter and through times of lower availability, would outweigh the benefits. If you kill several bees to produce enough honey to make one more bee, it makes no sense. Any animal that did that would die, even with human intervention. Do you have any sources which suggest otherwise? I'd be interested to hear of this, relatively publicly available. Information was false or misunderstood. Bee farmers use what's called a honey maker. It's a crude device. It's similar to a meat grinder. They force the bees in and grind them up. What comes out is a paste. That paste is later filtered into what we know as honey. They might be falsely thinking about a honey extractor machine. But all these do is you place the beehive frames inside, and a motor rotates it at a speed that removes the honey, which is then tapped through a tap at the bottom. Do they think they put bees in that and spin them around until they vomit? Bad and naughty bees get put into the bee centrifuge to extract their honey. Vegans coming after beekeepers is one of my major teeth-grinding annoyances, for many reasons, because there's so many lies, and to go one step further because it's such a waste. You see, the strongest vegan argument is that they don't want to exploit animals or take from them without their consent. But bees consent. No, I'm not kidding. How? Beehives aren't kept on leashes. They're outside. The bees can travel miles every day. They follow their queen, who is also outside, not on a leash, and can travel miles every day. If she doesn't like the hive for any reason, for example, it got too hot, too cold, too messy, too filled with sugary stuff, and they need more space, then the queen leaves, and with her the hive. The queen stays in the hive because the hive is the best place to live. Period. Done. End of. If the hive is staying with the beekeeper, it's because the keeper is doing their job correctly and keeping them happy, because the bees can and do leave bad beekeepers. Of all the animals we have domesticated as livestock, bees are the ones you can most easily argue are consenting participants in their keeping.